Damn, son, where'd you find this? So basically, what I'll do here is I'll warm up. I'll warm up to my working weight. This day, what was it? I believe it was 465. So I started off at 135, then went up to 225, and then here is 315. So I kind of had my legs too close together, and I only realized that after I checked the video after that squat. Or I believe it was the second squat, or what? I believe it was this one. I checked the video after this one and realized that even though I felt like my depth was there, I wasn't going all the way down. And it was because my feet were too close. So you'll see after this one, I'll adjust it and try this again because it felt easy, but my depth wasn't there. You can see that. And then, I basically sat down and looked at the video and thought, ooh, I didn't get deep enough. So I adjusted my feet and I retried this weight. This bar is 55 pounds. So that was, let me count, 415 plus 50, 65. So yes, that is correct, 465. So this is pretty easy, but this would be like one of the last warm-up sets before I actually do a lift, a first attempt in a competition. So, excuse me, the screen will pan down to the kneecap so you can see that. Right there, that is some good depth. It's good enough, it's well enough. That would earn 3 white lights. So, and actually, that day that I went to the gym, those first heavy squats, my first set was just that one rep of 465. That happened in the morning. I didn't have enough time, so I did that and I made it to work on time. And I came back to the gym after work where I do my, I believe, 5 sets of 4 reps here. This weight isn't heavy. It was pretty light, to be honest with you, but how much was that? 390. So that's 390. 5 sets of 4 reps. The depth was there. I adjusted my feet. When I warmed up, I adjusted and made sure my feet was there. And then after I did my 5 sets of 4 reps, I went and I had 3 sets of 5, or maybe it was 6. I'll count here. But I did 3 sets of paused squats, and that's focusing on sitting in that, in that bottom position there. Well, I wasn't counting, so 5. Yeah. Those are pretty easy, but by that time I'm gassed. And so the last set would be a little bit more tough than the first sets. So, yeah. Then I'll go and do accessories after that. This is Tuesday, heavy bench press. 315. And it's pretty easy, but it's still heavy up there. 325. I was supposed to do just 1 rep, but I wanted to do a couple just so I can get used to holding that and not losing stamina. Hold it at the top and pause it at the bottom like a competition. And then we have are they supposed to be paused? Nah. I can't remember how many reps that was supposed to be, but these are the paused ones. That second rep didn't look paused to me. That's all right, though. But, Of course, I got my accessories after all that, so pretty cake. This is skipping Wednesday. This is Thursday. You got your 500. Well, it's 495, but, 5 pounds. 5 pounds off is nothing. And 500 is pretty easy at this point. I probably could have pulled 5 of those reps out, but it's not part of the workout. You can't go heavy on deadlift all the time. But after I get that 1 rep out the way, we got We got 405. No, that's not 405. That is 430 right there. And it's pretty easy, honestly, but only for the first set. I forget how many sets of that. I think 4 sets of that. But it's hard after like set 2 or 3. Run out of stamina pretty quickly on those. It's mainly grip, but my back muscles, the extenders, back extenders. What? Anyways, moving on. This is Friday. And on Friday, we got more deadlifts. Believe it or not, this block is kind of weird, but it's temporary. We're just knocking it out. Coach gave me these, and even though I know I can, program myself, it's more convenient that way. The coaches here are great, so I've been relying on them so that I can focus on other things, especially work, my career. So Friday, today, bench. We're working on bench and deadlift. Only 2 reps of these, though. 6 sets of 2 reps. This is easy weight. It was 375, and I didn't use a belt on that because it was kind of a quick day. I'm just getting in and getting out. Do a few accessories. I blew a hamstring running with my daughter. I didn't blow a hamstring. I just pulled it earlier this week. So I was doing that. Working on some hamstrings after this as my accessories. Of course, I did some upper body accessories too, since it was kind of a push-pull day. But yeah, things like that just happen. We just in here because we love working out, training. I don't know when my next meet is. I hadn't planned for it yet, but the only planning I've got going on is just continuing to improve. So that's what we're up to. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next week.